I'm going to quickly switch gears to things which James alluded to earlier, concept of once you have the data, there's a lot of performance and portfolio reporting, but then we sort of also plug in our calculation engine on top of that, which allows the clients to do different flavors of performance reporting. That could start from contribution, like how a given slice contribute to my entire portfolio or the firm, or it could really mean attribution reporting, where how did this portfolio perform relative to an index or benchmark at that point. So what you're looking at right now is a flavor of contribution at a given dimensions. In this case, looking at by long and short across sector, right? That's just a one flavor of that, but you're not limited to this. You can slice your portfolio in any dimensions, that be sector, geography, gigs, bigs, currencies, country, doesn't matter. Those are just one of the data points, right? And then attribution is you want to see how your portfolio performed relative to index, where the excess return or alpha is coming from, and able to break down that excess return into your allocation, selection, or interaction, which is like, was it a stock picking or the weighting of the stocks at that point, right? What you're looking at right now is a sample attribution for a long-short equity model by a sector using our standard Brinson fractal model of attribution to able to look at that alpha decomposition, right? Again, this is one of the sample remote, not limited to that, but the intent is because of the low-code platform, a lot of this attribution model could be extended, enhanced in different ways, depending on different asset classes at that point, right? So just to sort of give you a glimpse of what the platform can offer in that way. I'm going to quickly shift gears to sort of talk about some sample reporting for sort of like the investor or client reporting. Like so far, we looked at some of sample dashboards where things could apply on the portfolio level. Now we have portfolios, we have performance, we have risk, we have return. So you want to really create what we call as a cover page, which gives the clients or the management internally a sort of a holistic view how the portfolio performed, right? And quickly to highlight, like all these are fully configurable. Just to give you a glimpse of that, I can pretty much put up a client logo and client disclaimers on top of that as a quick configuration, right? So just to allude the power of that, right? And then all these, think about these as widgets or cards, which are pulled in. And again, with the right permissions, everything in the system is fully authentication authorizations. I'm going to use a technical word like RBAC, role-based access control. So if you have the right permissions, then only you'll be authorized to do that, and everything is audited in the backend, right? So this is one flavor of leveraging our dashboard and reporting. But just to extend that, platform is agnostic of any data visualization tool to build that, right? So this is another flavor of client reporting, which could build across the platform, which is a multifaceted, looking at different exposures, market value by different buckets, looking at performance. So you're basically bringing related data sets from portfolio and from different data sources or some derived data into one place for a lot of client or investor reporting. And this is sort of like interactive in that dimension too. Again, the platform is agnostic of any data visualization tool. We have clients leveraging Power BI, Tableau, Zoho, doesn't make a difference in that aspect, right? I'm going to, again, sort of move towards sort of different use cases here. So quickly touching on the risk reporting aspect. Again, this is another flavor of a risk reporting platform where we integrated with one of the risk platform to bring in the risk statistics, let that be different VAR models, combining that with different stress tests, which I configured there, and able to helping clients visualize how they perform. So this is able to do the artifacts of that, right? Now with combination of your performance, your risk, that could also be combined to really help do different regulatory reporting too, because those are the key components for doing all those components there, right? So again, the use cases and opportunities that exist across the asset managers ecosystems, they are tremendous. It will tie back to different workflows, right? Another common use case which we hear or which is there across, I would say, majority of clients is like, hey, being a data warehouse, data is being sourced from multiple data sources. Some of them being your admin, some of them being books of records, some of the accounting systems. And once you have that, the common thing you end up, or the clients end up doing, is what we call as reconciliations, right? That could be T0, T+1, reconciliation of your positions, your cash, your NAVs and cash balances, right? And that's sort of the common thing being configured there, right? Again, there are different workflows which could be tied back in the client environments, starting with what you're looking at is a position reconciliation, where you have a summary on the top, and then you're reconciling different differences from market values to price breaks and whatnot. And then there could be a workflow where, as you and the team start looking at respective breaks, you want to start tagging those breaks on, okay, hey, this is a known break, a known issue being investigated because of break at Barclays. So you want to tag that. And as you do that, you can essentially save those comments, and at that point, we roll those comments day over day. So you want to have those comments to be applied. And in some cases, you want, because of those comments being tagged on the position recon, you don't want to be flagged in the next T+2, T+n until an exception happens, right? So there could be different workflows which could be tied together at that point. A lot of these reconciliation in this case, it's a mix of where these could be configured uh, by the team and source at that point, by the managed service there, where a lot of mappings and waterfalls rules being configured, or others could be added in the backend to apply that layer. So really the goal there is like able to give a lot of out of the box reporting tools, combine that with different extensions in the platform. And then we have clients who are self-sufficient to do these things, and others which leverage our managed support team to act as the extension of team to build the platform for them, right? So depending on how much depth the clients have in their teams, how much exposure they have, they could either leverage our managed support team to augment that, or they'll be hands-on, right? So we have mixed flavor of both these things, right? The key thing here is there's able to quickly bring a lot of those workflows and reporting quickly on the market, and able to gain some efficiencies in that environment.